Ujoma, Kujichagulia, Ujima, Ujama, Nia, Kuuba, Imani.
Kwazaa, Kwanzaa, 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 Ashe. 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 What's up, everybody? You know me. It's your girl, Aunt Dee Dee, and I'm back again with the how to prepare for your Kwanzaa celebration summary. Coming to you from stcopaclub.com. And we know that everything we do, we focus in on being world changers, just like you. We also believe that if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. So today, we're here showing you how to prepare for your Kwanzaa celebration. For those of you who may be celebrating Kwanzaa for the first time this year, you may be asking, what is Kwanzaa? I would like to start off with a poem, because one of the things that we celebrate during Kwanzaa is creativity. It's called Kuumba. I want to share a poem with you that someone creatively wrote. It's simply called Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa is a holiday, but unlike most, does not convey a religious observation, nor does it celebrate our nation. And though our nation gave it birth, it celebrates a cultural group of a darker continent and the people that were sent. People of a darker hue, people much like me and you, people whose great history has been cloaked in mystery. So Kwanzaa is the time and place to reflect and retrace the history missing from the books, a time for taking second looks. I hope you enjoyed that poem. Now let me break it down for you even further. What is Kwanzaa? I have been researching and collecting many books over the years, and one of my favorite books is this one. It's called Kwanzaa, an African American holiday, and it is written by Sharon Gale. Now, if we turn to page 5 in her book, she says, Kwanzaa is a holiday that honors African American people and their past. It starts on December 26th and lasts for 7 days, all the way till January 1st. So one day after Christmas, for those of you that celebrate Christmas, we will begin our Kwanzaa celebration. It's not a religious holiday, just like the poem said, like Christmas or Hanukkah. Kwanzaa was first celebrated in 1966 by an African American teacher named Dr. Malana Karanga. And can you see my picture that I have up of Dr. Karanga? This is him and his wife, Tia Moya. And I got a chance to meet them. I was so honored. He created Kwanzaa. He started the holiday so that African American people could learn about their African history and customs, just like we teach at the St. Copa Club about African history and about African customs. If you're not a member of St. Copa Club, we hope you consider joining us. When Dr. Karanga began planning a celebration for African Americans, he looked at their history. He learned that the ancestors, or people who came before them, of many African Americans came from the western part of Africa. Many of the ethnic groups or tribes that African Americans descended from, groups that we came from, have their own languages and ways of communicating. And Dr. Karanga searched for an African language that represented all Africans to explain his holiday. Wow. Sharon is really giving us a lot of good information about what Kwanzaa is. She says that he chose the word Kwanzaa, which has 7 letters in it, because we celebrate for 7 days. You can see it on the screen. K-W-A-E-A, 7 letters. It's an Eastern African language that is not tied to any specific ethnic group or tribe. The word Kwanzaa is a Swahili word. It means first fruits of the harvest. Harvest is the word that means to gather the fruits and vegetables. And I have some on my table that we'll be talking about a little bit later, but it means to gather the fruits and vegetables that were planted during the rainy season in Africa. It is a custom in Africa to celebrate the harvest before the beginning of the dry season. So Kwanzaa was also created as a way for African Americans to create their own customs. People like us. Most customs begin because family and friends spend time together. Kwanzaa is a way for people to welcome each other into their homes. I welcome people into my home. You can see I have my Kwanzaa display up that I'm going to be sharing with you in just a few minutes. But it's a time for my family and my friends to come and celebrate. Kwanzaa is also a time to celebrate. Family and friends gather during Kwanzaa to share food and exchange presents. In this way, Kwanzaa celebrates unity, or people being together, and they learn about their shared history. When Dr. Karanga thought about Kwanzaa, he looked for a symbol or a sign that would mean something special to African Americans. So Dr. Karanga learned that a great leader named Marcus Garvey, look, I have Marcus Garvey up on my board, and I got it from the St. Copa Club. So they gave us a picture, a color, with information and facts about Marcus Garvey. This is Marcus Garvey from the St. Copa Club materials. And this is the flag that he created, which is a symbol. The red is for the blue, the black is for the pink, and the green is for the nation. So we have to thank Malana Karanga as well as Marcus Garvey. The flag that I just showed you is called a Bendera. And the Bendera is green, black, and red. Like I said, the green on the bottom stands for the land and the future and hopes and dreams of African Americans. It also stands for fairness and freedom. The black stripe in the middle, like I showed you before, right there, stands for unity and togetherness. So that reminds us that we come together for Kwanzaa, and that we have to really demonstrate to each other that we have unity, that we have each other's backs, that we're in this together. The red stripe stands for the struggle of the past and the present. Dr. Karanga thought it was especially important for African American families to proudly display the Bendera during Kwanzaa. So I'll move out of the way. Again, you can see my Bendera is on the board right here. So I'm proudly displaying my bandera or my red, black, and green flag, like they said. Dr. Karanga thought it was especially important for us to do that. He believed that the bandera represents African American people, their families, and their history, and the role they play in making the world a better place. So you have already learned some things about how you go about preparing for Kwanzaa, making sure you have your bandera, knowing that Malana Karanga, Dr. Karanga created it, Mrs. White Tea Moyla. We know that Marcus Garvey created the bandera, and it is a symbol for Kwanzaa. Now, I have a special checklist for you so that you can get ready to celebrate Kwanzaa and know a lot of things ahead of time. Because remember what I said at the beginning, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. So here's the checklist. If you are having a Kwanzaa celebration in your home, make a list of all the people you wish to invite. Like maybe Grandma, Nana, Gigi, Big Mama, I'm called Grandma, or your aunt, your TT, your uncle. You might want to invite your grandfather, some cousins, even friends, special neighbors, your best friend. So make sure you plan out who you want to invite. That's one step you can do to get ready for Kwanzaa. A second step that you can do is look through magazines for examples of African fabric and designs, and you can follow these designs on your invitations. You can make invitations, and maybe you see my kente cloth here, you might want to make an invitation that looks like this. Maybe your invitation might be like the bandera, red, black, and green. If you invite them to come to your Kwanzaa celebration with red, black, and green invitations. I also have a special tablecloth here that has actually a face, and then the hair, there are 7 strands, and each strand has a principle of Kwanzaa on it, like we're going to be talking about a little bit later. So make sure that you think about what kind of special design do you want to have for your invitation. Ask your parents to help you buy the Nishima Saba or the 7 candles. Look at my candles. I'm going to move out of the way a little bit, and I'm going to just point. I got a black candle, I got 3 green candles, and I got 3 red candles. Those are called Nishima Saba. So you got to get those candles. 1 black, 3 green, 3 red. Getting our bandera, knowing who created Kwanzaa, Dr. Malana Karanga, knowing about Marcus Garvey, how he was the one that created the bandera. Remembering our poem, learning that it's not really a religious holiday. It's a time for us to celebrate who we are, making our list of people that we want to invite, and also getting our candles. So ask a friend or a family member to help you make a kinara. The kinara that I have here, which is a candle holder, I'm going to move on this side this time. You see this candle holder? It's called kinara. Kinara. And that was a special gift that was made for me, which again I'll talk to you about a little bit later. But it holds those 7 candles, the 3 green, the 3 red, and the 1 black in the middle. Remember? That's called the kinara. So you can make one, you can order one, you can buy one, you can go online. Maybe one of your local shops in your area is selling kinaras. So make sure you have the 7 candle holder called kinara. Some candle holders have 8. We want 7 kinara. Then you can make your mkeka. Your mkeka is a mat. I do have a mat on this table, and it was a gift that was given to me by one of my children. I don't want to lift it off the table because my kinara is sitting on it, but I will go over here and point to one that maybe you could consider your mat on the table. Maybe this design might inspire you. And the mat means that we have a firm foundation, that we stand firmly on a foundation. So you can make your mat out of paper, you can maybe weave a mat out of yarn. You can just get really creative about how you want your mat to look. And it's the first thing that goes down on the table. If you have a tablecloth, it goes right over the tablecloth. It's the first thing that goes down. And what I will do is kind of lift this up a little bit so you can see that my mat is on the table. And it is the foundation of my beautiful Kwanzaa display. Okay, look around the house for a special cup that you can use for the unity cup. It's called Kikombe Cha. And look, it is Kikombe. I made this last year for those of you that celebrated with us at the St. Coca Club. And I just went to the dollar store. I got black cup and I put some beads around it, cowrie shells. I'm going to come a little bit closer so you can see my cup. Uh-oh, gotta come a little bit closer. And there it is. There you have it. My Kikombe Cha. And you can see how I put special beads to make it really special. I use my kaumba, my creativity to do that. Also, once you have finished the nkeka, that's the mat. Remember this mat? And I'll show you here, that mat. Once you have that, you can start making your decorations. The colors of Kwanzaa are red, black, and green. You may want to decorate with paper chains and balloons in these colors, African cloth, beautiful handmade flowers, or paintings and sculptures. So really start to look around the house to see what you might want to have on your Kwanzaa table. So now what I would like to do is review with you the symbols that you need to make sure you have before you celebrate Kwanzaa. I told you I have lots of books, and this is my big book, my Kwanzaa big book. I love it so much because it says how to celebrate it in your home. And it is by Kathleen Taylor, illustrated by Charles Taylor. And these are people who live in my community. So I'm really excited about sharing this book. Now, this book is very helpful in helping us review what we need to have and get ready for Kwanzaa. Remember, we need to have our nkeka. Say nkeka. Remember, that is your mat. And here's an example of what your mat might look like. Look at that. Isn't that cool? So the nkeka is a mat and it's used to represent African traditions, symbolizing the foundation on which all else rests. Everybody say nkeka. And we need to have a kinara. That's our candle holder, just like the one I have on the table. And that, I don't know if I mentioned it, but one of my children gave that to me. One of my sons gave that to me. He made it and gave it to me for a zawadi or a gift. The kinara is a candle holder. Yep, it's a candle holder. And it represents the original stalk of our ancestry. And then we have the Mishu Masaba. Gotta get your 7 candles. Remember, 1 black, 3 green, 3 red, right? The Mishu Masaba, 7 candles are placed in the kinara, our candle holder. 3 are red, 3 are green, and 1 is black. And they represent the Nguzo Saba, or the 7 principles on which Kwanzaa is based. Yep, so make sure we get our candles. Then vibunzi. Vibunzi, basically ears of corn. And you have as many ears of corn. I have a dried ear of corn right here. Dried ear of corn. And I would have 3 on my table representing my 3 sons. So if you have 7 kids, you might have 7 ears of corn. And I even found some pretend ears of corn at the dollar store in the toy section. Play food. So, boom, you can want to have If you have 5 kids in your family, you want to have 5 ears of corn. If you have 3, you want to have 3 ears of corn. If you have many, you want to have many ears of corn on your table. And then the Kikombe cha Umoja, which we talked about and I showed you, that is our unity cup. It's a community unity cup, and it's used in the ceremony to share the drink. But now during these days of COVID, we might have a unity cup, but maybe we would have other cups to share with people so that we don't spread any germs or get anyone sick. So we want to be very responsible when we're thinking about how we're going to drink from the unity cup. And then mosaic. Yes, crops, fruits, and vegetables. Again, what I did is I went to the dollar store and I got these just to share with you today what you might have on your table. I got a carrot, I got some corn, and I have pepper, but you might even have real ones on your table. So you can really symbolize the harvest and the growing of different fruits and vegetables. And then you want zawadi. This is the part I really wanted to share with you. Zawadis are gifts, and you usually give those gifts on the last day of Kwanzaa. So we really would like for those gifts to be made with love and creativity. And remember I told you, my son made this kinara for me as a zawadi. He gave it to me at a Kwanzaa celebration. You might make the unity cup and give it to someone and create your own design and find your own cup. You also, one of my students a long time ago gave me this, and she colored a beautiful Kwanzaa table. All the different things that we're talking about that go on the table, and she even put Happy Kwanzaa at the bottom. So you want to be thinking throughout the week, what could my gift be? Remember last year, I shared with you guys how I made Nia. I made this. It's just 2 gingerbread pieces glued together and stuffed inside. And I put kente cloth on the front, some eyes, nose, and mouth, some hair, a bow. So that's my Nia. And this is Mr. Imani. I made him as well. So I could easily give them away or something like that. As my surprise, as my gift. And I wanted to show you just very quickly, here's what the package looks like at the dollar store. So if you're going to look for it, but make sure you buy 2 so you can stuff them. So be thinking throughout the week what kind of zawadi you would like to share with someone, or what kinds of gift you would like to share. And so, in addition to the 7 symbols above, remember, you might want to consider including a bandera or the red, black, and green flag. And maybe you might make a red, black, and green flag out of construction paper. Remember last year we did that. Or you might want to make one out of felt or some other kind of fabric. So those are the symbols and the things that you need to gather to get ready for your Kwanzaa celebration. Okay, I am now going to go back to my Kwanzaa book by Sharon Gale, Kwanzaa, an African American Holiday. And I'm going to summarize again what we said on page 14, decorating your house at Kwanzaa time. On the morning of December 26th, with your parents, you decide which room will be used for Kwanzaa, or maybe even before. Because remember, if you stay ready, you're going to get ready. Place a table in the center of the room. Make sure the table is cleaned and polished to honor your family and guests. Put the nkeka or our mat down on the center of the table, just like I did here. I keep showing you how it's here at the center of the table. So we want to put our mat down, and then we want to put our kunara. Remember the candle holder that one of my sons made. You want to put that in right on top of your encake, right in the center. Then you're going to put the black candle in the middle, and you're going to put green candles on the right and your red candles on the left. Yep, so we're getting ready. We got our tablecloth, we got our encake down, we got our kinara, we got which is the candle holder, we got our mission masaba, which are our candles. We know that one is black, 3 are green, 3 are red, the green go on the right side, the red go on the left side. Then we're going to also put down our kikombe jar, which is our cup. Ours here, kikombe jar. And we also are going to make sure that we have our bunzi, our ears of corn. We have 2 kids, 2 ears, 3 kids, 3 ears, and so on and so forth. We can also put down some other vegetables, such as carrots, corn, green peppers, to symbolize the harvest. You know, Kwanzaa is about celebrating the harvest. And also, we're going to look through magazines and newspapers for pictures of African American heroes and celebrities, or ideas for what our fabric might look like. And we're going to put these on display. And remember, here's our little symbols. We got our cup, corn, our mat, our candles, our zawadi, our gifts, and we have our other decorative ideas, maybe some zawadi, like some extra gifts and stuff that we might want to have. So I'm hoping that you're jotting all of this down and getting some ideas, and I'm kind of trying to repeat myself so that you'll be reminded of what all you need to have ahead of time. So then that first day of Kwanzaa comes, and somebody comes up to us and they say, "Habari gani?" And that means, what's the news? And each day, we're going to say whatever that principle is for the day. So on day 1, when we light the black candle, we're going to say, Habari gani? And then we're going to say, Umoja, which stands for unity. It means helping each other stay together as families, communities, nation, and a race. And then on day 2, somebody's going to say, Habari gani? Which means, what's the news? And we're going to say, Kujichagulia, which stands for self-determination. This is the right to decide who we are, what our names will be, what we will become, what we will create for ourselves. And we're going to light our red candle. And then on day 3, we say Ujima, which means collective work and responsibility. So somebody says Habari gani on day 3, we say Ujima. This means we should build and take care of our communities. And then on day 4, we're going to go back and light another red candle. And we're going to say Habari gani, and we're going to say Ujima, which means cooperative economics, which we've talked about a lot this year, buying from black businesses and supporting our black brothers and sisters. It means we should build and maintain our own stores, our shops, and businesses. And then on day 5, Nia, which we have our own Nia here, one of our Zawadis. Remember that I made. Her name is Nia, and it stands for purpose. Yes, so on day 5, we're going to say Habari gani, and we're going to answer with Nia. And our purpose should be to make our people and communities as great as they can be. We can do this by taking care of our homes and communities and developing the skills and knowledge of our people. Day 6, Kurumba, which I've been talking about throughout this time together, which means we're going to utilize our creativity. Look at how many times we utilized it. In the background, I had some students in the Saturday program. They used their Kurumba creativity and made that backdrop. Isn't it beautiful? Yes, they made that. My son made the Kinara. I made Nia and Imani. And one of my students made an encake for me. And one of my students also did the coloring. So we have talked about creativity when you are coming up with what you want your design to look like for your tablecloth, what you want to make for your zawadi. You're utilizing creativity for Kurumba. And finally, Imani. Mr. Imani, my zawadi, my gift that I made, And Imani means faith. And what that means is we strive to believe with all our hearts in the worth of African Americans. We believe in the struggle and the victory of our people. So I hope that you have learned a lot about how to get ready for Kwanzaa. All of your different things that you need to have, the symbols, and you need to have your tablecloth, you need to have your kombe, your unity cup, you need to have your zawadi, your gifts, you need to have your unzi, which is your ears of corn representing your children in your family, and at the end, you get to have a big feast or karamu. Can you say that? Karamu. That's the last day that everybody's going to come together. The day before the last day, I should say, and have a big feast. So you can bring your favorite foods, like some of you might bring greens or yams or black peas or fruit salad, maybe something that you grew throughout the year and you make a special recipe with it to honor the harvest. So you're going to bring all kinds of food, going to have dance, going to have music, and again, it's called Kwanzaa. It's usually held on the evening of December 31st. It's a busy time of year, so it's up to each family to find the best night. Kwanzaa celebrates the spirit of Umoja. To practice Umoja, all the guests, remember you made that guest list? They bring food and gifts. Hopefully they bring gifts that they made or they really picked out from the heart. The most popular greeting, we talked about it. We come in and we say, Habari Gani. That means what's the news? And the response to this would be the principle of the day. For example, if it was the first day of Kwanzaa, we would say, after your guests have settled in and everyone has arrived, the karamu ceremony begins. You can do poems. You're going to pour libations out of your cup and honor the ancestors. You're going to dance. You're going to sing. You're going to eat. You're going to give your zawadis to the special people that you made, or your gifts to the people that you made them for. And at the very end, there is a creed in the big book that I want to share with you that you might use at your karamu. And here it is. So back to the big book by Kathleen and Charles Taylor. And I want to show you, I'm just going to back up just a little bit so I can show you what your karamu might look like. Look at the people dancing. And can't you just hear the music? Yeah, I know I can. And look at everyone just having a good time, pouring libations, and honoring ancestors, and hugging, and just really, really showing unity, right? Showing that unity. And then there's the big deal. And they end with this poem at the top, the pledge. Repeat after me. We pledge to be.
We pledge to be.
Keepers of our culture.
Keepers of our culture.
Wise in our decisions.
Wise in our decisions.
Active in our communities.
Active in our communities.
Noble to our elders.
Noble to our elders.
Zealous in our efforts.
Zealous in our efforts.
For progress.
For progress.
Advocates for our children.
Advocates for our children.
Achievers in all of our endeavors.
Achievers in all of our endeavors.
And then we end our celebration with a word called which means let's good time. And we say it 7 times. Repeat after me 7 times. Harambe.
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 I hope this helps you get ready for our Kwanzaa celebration. Remember, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And be a world changer. Don't forget to check out the St. Copa Club if you're not a member. We would love to add you to our family.
Kwanzaa.